Hi, thanks for joining me. This is Angie at Chicken Scratch. This is the project we're making today. Okay, so the following video was filmed live. Feel free to fast forward, pause, or rewind. If you would like to order any of the product that I used on this box, it is now available. The holiday catalog has launched. Yay! Okay, so if you have any questions, if you need anything, let me know. I hope you enjoy the video. We are using Gnome for the holidays. This little dude right here. And we are using Trimming the Town paper, and we're using this pattern here. We already used that pattern a couple weeks ago on this little box, but I'm going to show you the same project in this one. This one was my test version, but I'm going to use this one because I love it. I love this whole pack of paper. Okay, so supplies. We are using Seaside Spray. I love this color. And when you look at this paper, you probably only saw Misty Moonlight, but I see Misty Moonlight along with Seaside Spray. You could use it with white if you want. So let me move this out of the way. And this measures 7 3/4 by 6.5. And then we have another piece of scrap. I have some Whisper White for stamping. And then our paper measures 7 3/4 by 3 3/4. And then we have some silver foil. I'll turn it over so that it doesn't reflect in the lights and the camera. But just a scrap of, what does this really measure? Just in case you want to know. Like 2 by 6, okay? Okay, so we're going to start with stamping our images. So I'm going to take this guy and this greeting. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, there goes Gizmo. Okay. Now we're going to take our Stampin' Blend markers. I'm using Petal Pink, Seaside Spray, and Smoky Slate, okay? Also using the Wink of Stella a little bit later. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Smoky Slate, no, the Seaside Spray. And I'm going to use the, I'm going to use the larger tip for the hat. And then the smaller tip for this line here in the ornament. And then for the sleeves on his shirt. I'm going to take the dark Smoky Slate and color part of his boot. The Petal Pink is going to be for his nose. This is the light Petal Pink. And his hands. And then I'm going to take the light Smoky Slate and I'm going to color his mustache. And his beard. And I'm not coloring it in all the way. Like, there's some gaps there. And the reason is because gray hair isn't consistent. Like, there's lights and darks and all kinds of variations to it. So you can color all of it in if you want to. I'm just kind of leaving some white space in there. Although I do see one spot I do want to color. And it's this outside edge. There we go. Okay. This is going to get cut out. That. We're going to use, so we're using the stitch shape dies, the stitch star dies. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to get the new machine. So we're going to move this out of the way. All of these. We're done with those. and bring in the new machine. Let's see, I'm trying to make space here. Oh, you know what? I told you the wrong measurement on the silver foil. We actually need another piece, so I'm going to grab that real quick. Okay, now we're getting the machine. So to die cut, we're going to use plate 1, plate 2, and plate 3, okay? I'm going to cut him out with the stitch shaped circle. I'm trying to get a hold of my purple tape just to hold this in place. Wait, is he straight? Okay, so slide that over there, and then I'm going to take the silver foil, and I'm going to cut out this strip here and 1 star, okay? And then we're going to take another number 3 plate. And someone asked about it shifting on your table. If you place it directly on your table, it doesn't shift. But I have mine on grid paper, so it's going to shift a little bit. Okay, there he is. He looks good. Save my tape. Now we have more circles to cut out. So I'm just going to set this aside. Well, actually, no. We're going to be using this, so I'm going to set that aside. And then the little teeny tiny star. I lost the Hippo and Friends, or whatever it's called. I lost the little unicorn horn. I haven't been able to find it. It's probably gone forever. Okay, so we need 3 of these. So if anybody needs a bathroom break, you have my permission to leave. So there's 1 of them. They're small. They're the perfect size for what I'm using them for. So I could have used the other bigger ones, but now, did y'all notice how much smoother this die cutting is now? Now that I've used the machine like 5 or 6 times, it's rolling through much better. So you might find it a little stiff when you first get it, but it will loosen up. Yeah, it kind of glides like butter. There's the 3rd. Let's not lose that thing again. Now, we have to take this stitch circle again and cut out a few more pieces. So, Seaside Spray. Ruh-roh, I forgot to turn my notifications off. Okay, there's that. And the final one is that extra piece of silver foil that I had to go get earlier. So it's very smooth too. I like it. If I didn't have my grid paper, it would work even better. Okay, so for those of you that didn't see the whole process, it is plate 1, plate 2, plate 3, then your layers, and then you finish with a 3 again, okay? We could have used some of the bigger ones, but I like the littles. It's almost like Gizmo knew I was stressed out, because he was like going to town up there while I was looking for that die. Could y'all hear him? He was doing like the rapid fire. Okay, now this is going to go on here. So I'm just going to use my liquid glue. Now we're going to set that aside. And let's get our scoring tool out. There we go. Okay, so we're placing this on the 6.5 inch side, and we're going to score it at 1 inch on both sides. Now we're placing it on the 7 3/4 inch side, and we're scoring it at 2.5, 3.5, 6, and 7. It is not lighter. It is the exact same weight. It might be a smidge heavier. The Big Shot that I have weighs 7 pounds and 9 ounces. The Stampin' Cut and Emboss is right at 8 inches or 8 pounds. Did I say 7 inches? I mean pounds. I'm talking pounds. Gizmo's up there doing the rapid fire, so I'm very easily distracted now. Can y'all hear him? So I'm folding on all these score lines and burnishing with my bone folder. Oh, there's no fold that line there. What am I doing? I'm listening to Gizmo. That's what I'm doing. They're moving out in a few weeks. In fact, Brooke is left today to go take a load to her place in Emporia. Oh, that time again. Okay, so we're going to place it like this so that you can see we have the 2 score lines up here and this thicker bottom down here. So this is the bottom. We're going to come up here and remove these 2 sections, okay? You want to make sure that you cut on the score line and not to the left or to the right of it. My sample, I will show you that I accidentally cut to the left of the score line, and then it kind of leaves a gap. So make sure you cut on the score line and not on the other side of it. Okay, so we removed that. It's just like the smaller version that we made for week 1 of the 12 weeks of Halloween. So now I'm just going to cut up to the score line, and then I'm going to trim the tabs slightly. And just like that, Gizmo is done. Okay. Now, we're going to take the detailed trio punch. See, what happened is I got my station all set up to make the project, and then that machine arrived, and it threw everything into a tailspin, and I moved everything. So we'll pretend this is my old retired corner rounder. I'm a hot mess today. What can I say? Whatever corner rounder you have will work on this box. So now we're going to take our stamping seal. Wait. No, we're not. We're going to take our paper and we're going to add it. So we're doing the exact same thing that we did on the Halloween box. I got a lot of compliments on that. Thank y'all so much. I don't even know how I came up with it other than I was like, oh, I don't really want to cut all those teeny tiny pieces. It's going to take too much time. So one big strip decorated the box with no fuss. Okay. I'm trying to make sure it's the equal amount of distance between both sides, you know. And then now you want to refold on those score lines. And if you have any extra overhang of cardstock or designer series paper, you can trim those. Mine's off by a smidge because I used my guillotine cutter to cut the cardstock, but I used my paper trimmer to cut this piece. You know what? It's not that big of a deal. It's just like a hair. Okay, so we're going to take the Stampin' Seal Plus, and I'm just going to do those first. And then these two panels. So the only difference between the Halloween version and this Christmas version is just different stamps, ink, and paper, and it's bigger. It's an inch wider. Okay, so again, you can either fold this. Oh, I got adhesive on the outside. Let me get my adhesive remover. I don't know how I did that. Oh, it's that liquid glue. I knew I got a little too much liquid glue on there. Okay, so you can close it this way if you want to, or you can actually fold it inside the box like that. It's a pretty tight, snug fit because of the paper. Yeah, so whatever you prefer. I actually like the look of it being on the outside. And someone asked the other day if a box of Kleenex would fit. It didn't fit in the smaller, and I'm not sure about this one, but let's see. Oh, it does fit. A pack of Kleenex. Aren't they cute? Fits in there perfectly. So I guess maybe I've kind of sort of made this box before, but with different measurements. Okay, I'm rattling. This project came about because of this ribbon. I love this ribbon so much. It is the metallic mesh ribbon, and it is the reason why this is the project we're making. I think I said the same thing, though, about this one, right? And you can use your sponge and color it any color you want. Ooh, my stomach is growling. I'd be hungry. I was going to eat before, but I was trying to edit the video from earlier. There was a couple snarky comments, so I'm just going to edit it completely and reload it. Okay. Isn't it so beautiful? And we might trim the ribbon even more. Okay, there's that part. Now, this is going to go on here like that, except we're going to add this piece first. This is so beautiful. But we're gonna cut it in half. Whack, just like that. And we're going to add half of it down here, and then we're going to add the other end to this piece. So it's going to go on here like so, okay? So I'm going to put a couple dimensionals here. I'm actually going to put 3. And then make sure you get all your pokies out. Let's see, which way do I want this to go? Okay. You can use liquid glue and just attach it to the box if you want to. I like making things more difficult. Okay, there's that. Now we're going to add this. And I'm only going to put it, I'm going to keep the adhesive in the middle and on the left, but not on the right. Does that make sense? Now we need to add some Wink of Stella to his hat up here. And those little teeny tiny stars that I was making such a big deal about are going to get added on here like that. And I'm going to take your pick tool and the silicone craft sheet. Okay, so I'm going to pick back up that star, put a little bit of liquid glue on it, and add it there. And then the same thing. And we're actually, now we don't want to glue it down to this top part right here because then you wouldn't be able to untie the bow and remove it. That's why I put the dimensionals under here. But you can see that my layers are not sticking that well, so I need to add more dimensionals. You could have used liquid glue to add the other layer, to add the little star thingy. Now we have to add one little thing of bling. There's already bling on there with the silver foil, but I still have to add at least one rhinestone to his hat. So I'm going to take one of the small ones and add it right there. And then we want to adjust our ribbon so that it looks... It's going to look cattywampus no matter what I do at this point. Okay, so there's... Oh, I forgot the greeting. Come back here. Don't leave me yet. We got to add the greeting. I bet y'all knew that something was missing, right? So now we're going to take the little mini dimensionals and we're going to add our greeting. Ideally, this star would be up here. I should have added the greeting first. But it's still cute, right? Okay, so yeah, there he is. And then here's the one I made earlier today. What is the difference? Let's see. Well, the greeting is in a different spot. My ribbon is a little poofier on my earlier version. Isn't it so cute? Not your traditional gnome colors, but I love Seaside Spray. I love this ribbon. Yeah, so cute. Anyway, y'all have a great day. I will be live again next Monday at 7 p.m. And y'all have a great week. Thank you.